Hey, what's going on? So I want to do a win review. This is some of my proprietary data that I have. So basically, the way this works is I use ICT midnight opening range. Okay, but that's the only thing I use from his teachings to create this model that I have. So basically, the way it works is I use the midnight opening range and I have certain projections down here. Okay, and when price touches these areas, usually it fills it in. But what I noticed is after 5 a.m., like the probability of price coming down here, touching this line and going all the way down here, I would say is probably 95%, maybe 90% to fill in the whole thing. But after 5 a.m., this is what this line is. After 5 a.m., if it comes up and touches it, even if it touches it fresh, a fresh touch, or really I want to see a touch in the opposite direction, then the probabilities are damn near 99.5%. So me knowing that and back testing that and forward testing that, what I did was I was trying to get in right here, but sometimes it'll just take off, but I'm glad I didn't. So price started to retrace down. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be a good move here because I love buying as price is going down, ICT's teachings. But you have to know where price is going. I'm like, it's definitely going to fill it in. So that's what I did. I bought right here. And then I was like, damn, if it keep dropping, see here, I have a stop loss re-entry in here. So let's say I got this shit so down. Let's say I buy right here where I bought it, and let's say price keep dropping. I have a stop loss re-entry, meaning that once it touches this purple line, I'm not saying I would have waited all the way till it got to the purple line, but my stop would have been under this wick here, okay, under this swing low. But I have a stop loss re-entry based on back tested data that if it touches this purple line, I can sell it all the way down to this one. So let's say I take a loss from here to this right there, then I can wait. And if price touches this line here, this is strictly pattern Fibonacci stuff. This isn't based on structure or anything. I understand the structure, but I like using the patterns that's real. This fib you see right here is almost 4 years of back tested data. Every single day I sat in a chair. Not this took me 4 years to build, but I'm saying I back tested this fib and it's proven over 4 years of data that if this line is touched, it will come down to here, period. Full stop. So this is a stop loss re-entry because people be getting stopped out and they get mad. I'm like, okay, well, if you thought it was going to buy and it just kept dropping, then you need to measure and start seeing like how far is this thing dropping on average. So on average, it would, still be pushing down a lot further, a lot days, but on average, if it touches that line, it's going to go here. See, my thing is I look for what's real. It's not a lot of things that's real with this stuff. I look for what's real. And I love the Fibonacci. And notice that this is on a session. Okay, this is a session Fibonacci. I mean, this stuff is proprietary. I need to do something legally about this, but because there's nobody else doing this kind of stuff, or at least I haven't seen it. So that's how I won that right there. And then when price was pushing up, it started pushing down again. I got spooked again, but I'm like, no, the data says that this is literally, I'm not even joking, about 99.5%. If it touches the second box after 5 a.m., especially if it already touched the previous one. But see, you have to go back through the data. Okay. Now I have another one that's setting up right now. This is an extended one. So this one is all the way from here. See, this is the extension from the midnight opening range, ICT's teachings. He talked about a Fibonacci extensions, but I had to create my own extensions because the standard deviations that he used, which is zero point 0.5, like 1.5, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, those are standard deviations. But once you really get into it, you have to create, if you're dealing with people who really doing this stuff, they actually create their own fib levels. Like that whole 38.2 and 61.8, that's cool. That stuff does work, but when you really get into Fibonacci, you have to create your own levels. That's just my thinking. So anyway, when price comes up here and touches this line here, I'm going to get in for another buy. Okay. Um, Even though it's extended. Okay, I'm going to get in for another buy and hold it up to here. All right, thanks for watching.